Imagine a land ravaged by war, where the sound of conflict echoes through the mountains and valleys, where uncertainty and fear permeate every day. Now, in this bleak scenario, a divine light appears, an unexpected hope, the apparitions of the Virgin Mary. In the 1980s, when El Salvador was immersed in a terrible civil war, two young women, Lydia and Flora Rivas, witnessed something extraordinary. Amidst the chaos of battle, they reported seeing visions of the Virgin Mary in a place called Los Rosales. Imagine the contrast between the violence of the conflicts and the heavenly peace of the apparitions. These apparitions were not just fleeting visions. They were divine encounters that brought messages of hope, love, and warning. In a country torn apart by war, the Virgin Mary came to bring a message of peace, a peace that came directly from her Son. And the most surprising thing? Since this peace was announced, war has ceased. The story of these apparitions is as captivating as it is inspiring. Imagine the impact it had on people's lives, especially on those who directly witnessed these events. A mother, desperate for answers, sharing the visions of her daughters. A young priest, Prospero, initially skeptical, but eventually convinced of the authenticity of the messages. And what messages they were! Deep, spiritual, and sometimes even enigmatic. The Virgin Mary was talking about future challenges for the Church, warning of the fall of religious leaders and the urgent need for prayer and conversion. It's as if she was revealing the secrets of the human heart, the mysteries of faith, and the challenges that humanity would face. But it wasn't just words that the Virgin Mary brought. It was also signs and miracles. Imagine seeing water gushing out of a well as a result of her words, healing the sick and strengthening the faithful. These miracles are tangible testimonies to Mary's divine power and loving presence. Father Prospero's role in this story is truly inspiring. He was chosen to document the messages, share them with church authorities, and ensure that the divine message was heard. His journey from doubt to conviction reflects the journey of many of us in search of faith and purpose. And even now, decades later, the impact of these apparitions continues. Imagine people from all over pilgrimaging to the site of the apparitions, seeking consolation, healing, and spiritual guidance. Imagine communities coming together in prayer, inspired by the message of peace and hope that still resonates. But this story isn't just about past events. It's about the present and the future. The Virgin Mary's messages continue to challenge us to live lives of prayer, justice, and vigilance. They remind us of the urgency of our times, of the need to act with courage and compassion in the face of the challenges we face as individuals and as a society. May we let this extraordinary story inspire us to seek peace, justice, and love in our own lives. May we, like Father Prospero, be instruments of peace and hope wherever we are. In these apparitions of the Virgin Mary in El Salvador during such a dark period of war and conflict, we found a divine light that shone brightly, bringing consolation, hope, and spiritual guidance to those who witnessed these extraordinary events. The story of these apparitions, marked by Father Prospero's journey of faith, the authenticity of the messages and the miracles that followed, reminds us of the constant presence of the divine in our lives, even in the most difficult and challenging times. As we reflect on this inspiring story, we are called to commit ourselves to a life of prayer, justice, and vigilance, following the example of those who were touched by these apparitions. May we become instruments of peace and hope in our own time and place, sharing the love and compassion that were so vividly manifested in these Marian apparitions. May the message of peace, reconciliation, and love that emanated from these apparitions continue to echo in our hearts and guide our actions, inspiring us to build a world where divine light shines in every corner and where true and lasting peace can be found by all peoples. May we ultimately find comfort in the certainty that, even in the darkest moments, the light of hope is never extinguished, guiding us towards a future of peace and redemption.